Tuesday of February 8th, 2011, and I actually didn't get a chance to do a daily ladder yesterday, so I thought I'd go ahead and start doing it today, and I'll probably have two coming out today for Monday and Tuesday. And last week I didn't really do any daily ladders at all, but I did try to cast as many pro games to make up for that as possible, so I hope you guys understand about that. And so this is going to be a Zerg versus Zerg, and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and try out my good old ZVZ strategy that it was kind of controversial. I made this, I think it was Daily Ladder 11, where I just tried this strategy, which was kind of a 7 pool, where you go for 7 pool and then you pull all your drones, pull all your Zerglings, and build 2 spine crawlers in your opponent's base. It's a strategy that I like using on in Zerg vs Zerg if you spawn on a very close map that is a 1 versus 1 map, such as Blistering Sands, such as Steppes of War, such as Zelnaga Caverns. Those are kind of maps that you can use this strategy on. It is of course very cheesy, and it is of course very much all in. But I've had some I've had success with this. It's whenever I don't want to play a long drawn-out Zerg versus Zerg, and I've already played a bunch of games, that I just go for the all-in and, you know, pray for the best. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, and hope it all works out. So, as you guys can see here, once again, it is a first-person view mode. All my daily ladders are in first-person view, so that you guys can kind of get the gist of how to play StarCraft 2 at a more higher level. I am, of course, in the Masters League, and this is just to show you guys how a high-level player, I'm not saying I'm a very high-level player, but how a decently high-level player kind of manipulates the game and controls the mouse and the keyboard and, you know, plays it from a first-person perspective. Which is kind of an irony in itself, because StarCraft isn't first person, it's actually a third person camera viewpoint. But I digress. It is going to be my 7 pool opening. As you guys can see, I've already done the double extractor cancel, and by doing that you do free up 2 supply. You do that so that you can free up 2 supply. You guys can see right now I'm at 12 over 10, and that allows me to build my 6 Zerglings without having to produce any overlords at all, and then once I have 200 minerals I pull off all my drones. Now it looks like my opponent is, for some reason, bringing 2 drones over to my base. I'm not exactly sure what that was all about, but if you're ever in this situation, don't waste time. Even if he's got drones inside your base, just go for it, go for it, go for it. Don't waste time dealing with those drones, and just go straight for your opponent's main base. So as you guys can see, all my 6 Zerglings, all of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drones are on the way right now. I have 200 minerals saved up, and that's for me to build 2 spine crawlers in my opponent's main base on the creep. Note, this only works in Zerg versus Zerg, and yes, this is very much all in. So here we go. Gonna build my spine crawlers, and as always, you want to keep your units around your spine crawlers. You want to keep them safe and make sure that your opponent cannot surround and kill off your spine crawlers. So this is pretty much the biggest part of the game is microing your units, making sure you can handle this, and of course my opponent wisely building a spine crawler of his own. So this is a bit of a problem, obviously, because his spine crawler is up, whereas mine are still morphing. They're still on the way. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to deal with this, and it's gonna come down to a very close battle. But as you guys can see, it's pretty much now just going to come down to 1 spine crawler piece. I have the drone advantage, but his spine crawler has a little bit more health. So basically my situation here is kill off the spine crawler, and it looks like I finally killed it, but I was left with a single drone only. And so this was a very strange situation for me, and this is actually why I wanted to cast this game. You guys might be wondering, why did I cast the same exact strategy on the same exact map again? This is the reason why. I thought it was kind of funny. We're left with 1 drone apiece, and obviously when you're in this kind of situation, what do? Do you run your drone all the way back to your main? Not really, because in the time it takes to run it back, your opponent's going to be able to have more minerals, and he's going to be able to mine and make all that money, and he's going to have an advantage over you. So the only thing you can really do here is try to kill off that drone and prevent it from mining. So obviously Zerg units all regenerate health as long as they're not attacked. So what I want to try to do here, what you want to try to do if you're in this situation, is kill off and do damage to his drone, but don't let your drone get hit. Let it slowly regenerate, and don't let it bring minerals back. So every time your opponent brings a stack of minerals like that, he gets closer and closer to building a pair of Zerglings, and that's what makes it extremely difficult to deal with if he's able to get another pair out. So I guess if you're in this kind of situation, you're kind of screwed, because as you guys can see, I'm trying to micro, I'm trying to hit that drone, but each time I do that, my opponent gets the first hit off, or he trades a hit with me, and eventually my drone is just gonna die. I just don't have as much health as he has. And so we both realize right now, hey, I'm kind of screwed. He's got an egg coming. He's got a pair of Zerglings. And now I have really no other choice but to run back and try to make something happen out of this. Run back, mine some minerals, try to make a pair of Zerglings if possible. But as you guys can see, I'm still very far behind. I've only got 13. And so not the best situation. I actually tried to cancel my spine crawler that I was getting hit. I tried to cancel it and recuperate my cost, but I guess it got killed off before I was able to cancel it. So if I had been able to cancel that spine crawler, this game might have been a little bit different. But alas, it looks like my opponent's gonna have his Zerglings coming in, and there's really not much I can do. So that is the drone versus the drone. I tried to interrupt that drone's mining time. I tried to bring it in and juke him and make him not mine minerals, but my opponent's Sausage Fest. He's very good with the drone micro. So that's gonna be GG. I thought that was a pretty interesting end to this game. It is the drone versus drone. I think I'm gonna title this video that Drone versus Drone Wars or something like that. And so that was a pretty interesting game. And I'm gonna have another Daily Ladder coming out. So this isn't the only one. I thought I'm gonna go ahead and do 2. And yeah, so stay tuned. Next one coming up real soon, and I think I'll be doing a couple of pro games as well in the very near future, possibly tonight or tomorrow. So thanks a lot, guys. HD signing out.